What is up, guys? Giants and Ami01 here with another FIFA 17 tutorial. Before I even get started, guys, make sure to check out all my other tutorials. Already got quite a few out and many more over the coming months, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of them. But we're going to be talking about the precision dribble tutorial. This is an awesome skill move, also sometimes called the face-up dribble. Extremely effective once again in FIFA 17. So let's start off with the controls for this move. Incredibly simple. You just press the two trigger buttons. So on Xbox, that would be the LT button and the RT button at the same time, and for PlayStation, that's the L2 and the R2 button at the same time. You want to hold that down, and then you can move in whatever direction you want, and you're going to have more control of the ball, and you're going to be able to switch speeds very effectively. Anyone can do this. I believe it is a 2-star skill move, so anyone can do this. You don't have to worry about that. So let's take a look at some examples here. This is the perfect time. I see a little bit of space there between me and the defender. I press the two trigger buttons. I let go of all my other buttons. So if you're holding on to the sprint, whatever you're holding on, just let go to all the other buttons and just hold at the same time the two trigger buttons, and then move with your left analog stick either to the left or to the right, whatever direction you want to go. In this situation, I decided to move to the left. That buys me time, allows me to square up, and allows me to get past those defenders. The main purpose for this move, guys, is to buy time for runs. Extremely effective at buying times for those runs. Here you're gonna see an example. Cruz is making a beautiful run with Benzema. I have to buy a little bit of time. I need just a little bit more time for Cruz to get into position where I can pass him. I need to move a little bit to get into that passing lane, and that's exactly what I do with the precision dribbling. I let go of the sprint button, press the two trigger buttons, move my left analog stick to the left a little bit while still holding on to the two trigger buttons, allowing myself to gain space, catch that defender by surprise, and get into an open passing lane where Cruz, by the time all this happens, Cruz had that time to make that run, to really develop his run, and to get open for that shot. Here's another example. Once again, this time James Rodriguez has the ball. There's a defender there. He's gonna cut me off, so I need just a little bit more time in order for Benzema to make that run. So I let go of my sprint button, press the two trigger buttons, wait for the movement of Benzema to get into there. I realized I gotta quickly pass it, so I decided to do a fancy pass, and that's exactly what happened there. Benzema does a beautiful run. The fancy pass finds him perfectly, so I just needed a split second more time for that run to develop, for myself to get into a good passing lane. So that is when the precision dribbling is at its best. Here's an example I'm showing you in a little bit in slow motion. Just what you can do to buy time. Precision dribbling gets you such good control of the ball, so you really don't even have to move left and right too much. You can just stay there and wait for things. If you're over anxious, if you feel like the defenders are all over you, you can't really read the pitch, make sure to do the precision dribbling to buy yourself a little bit of time so you can observe the pitch, observe where the open players are, and then get the pass to those open players and score some goals like you just saw there. Here's one more example, guys, with Pogba. When you have really good dribblers, this move is extra good, especially in the midfield, so definitely use it there. Now, this move is also really effective inside the box. If there's another area where this move is really effective, it would be inside the box to buy yourself time. Once again, here, I don't see anybody making any runs, so I'm just trying to buy time, trying to switch direction, catch the defense napping, and then he fouls me. It's a great way, since the ball is so close to your feet. That's why it's called the precision dribble. It is really close to your feet. You have great control. So if a defender tries to take it away from you, it's going to be a foul a lot of the times, and you're going to be able to switch directions and get through those tight windows and score a lot of goals. So definitely around the box area, look for the precision dribbling. In the midfield, look for the precision dribbling, especially if you got a good dribbler, and when you want to buy time for those passes. That's the first thing. You shouldn't be looking for it to get open for the shots, but rather to get open for a good pass, to get in those passing lanes rather than in the shooting lanes. Alright, so let's compare this move to FIFA 16 and FIFA 15. In FIFA 15, this was my favorite move of all, and in FIFA 16, it got a little bit worse, but it was still one of the top moves. Here in FIFA 17, guys, it is not as good as in FIFA 15, not by a long shot. And it is similar to the FIFA 16, but I think it's even a little bit worse than in FIFA 16. For buying time, like I said, perfect move. Still incorporate it in your midfield. Use it a ton. It's one of my favorite moves for the midfield in FIFA 17. But other than that, it is not as good. Here, we're going to be talking about the change of direction. You can see that when he changes direction, if you have a really good player with really good speed and really good dribbling skills like an Agüero, they can really move well. They can really switch directions well and maintain speed, do those speed bursts out of it, and really have fluid motions, and it's a really good move to do. But if you're using a midfielder that's a little bit slower, a little bit more sluggish, especially if you're using a left back or a right back, or just a striker that isn't as good dribbling wise or isn't as fast, it's not going to look too pretty. You're going to have to come to a complete stop when he's switching directions. It just isn't as good as in previous FIFAs. In FIFA 15, you can really do some zig-zagging moves and really catch the defenders by surprise. The speed exit was really good. There was a sprint exit. Only let go of the LT button or the L2 button if you're on PlayStation, and that would make you go on a sprint exit. Now, while that still works here, you can let go of just the LT button or the L2 button and you will do a sprint exit. It's not as controlled, especially if you don't have that good of a player. Here you're seeing Modric. It just doesn't look as fluid as in previous FIFAs. So really, it would work, but I just recommend using the precision dribbling for the midfield play and for buying time for passes, and not necessarily for cutting in. As you're going to see here, cutting in with this move is just not the best. There are much better moves because it just seems to slow you down. You don't maintain as well the speed. A lot of the times with a lot of the players, you have to come to a complete stop, and by the time you get enough speed, enough distance to get your speed back up, the defender's already caught up to you. So you could use it as a cutting inside tool. It still works, but there are much better options. But that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. I hope it made sense. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and share with all your friends. Click on one of the boxes. Check out some of my other series. If you want to see some of my other tutorials, click on that top left, top 5 videos, some Ultimate Team videos, and some formation reviews / guys. And of course, click in the middle to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future tutorials or tip videos. Thank you guys so much.